All right, good morning, everybody. Hey, I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. So today, y'all, we're gonna take a trip to Sawmill on Big Red. I know some of y'all been waiting to get a little more ride time in him. So today, I'm gonna take you along. I gotta throw a load on him right quick. This week, the mill's got us on grade quota. We can't haul but 2,000 feet of grade, which is pretty unfortunate because I actually have more grade than I do tie logs for a change. Normally, it's the other way around. Normally I have more ties than I do grade, but that's the way it goes. My kind of luck anyway. Now we can haul all the tie logs we want to haul. There's no quota on it. We just got a 2,000 foot limit on the grade. But anyway, so we're gonna throw a load of ties on. We got just enough for a load. We're gonna throw a load of ties on, then we're gonna head on down. Now y'all, thankfully, while our Caterpillar skid steer is in the shop getting some work done on it, by the way, they did find out that it has a injector stopped up, and that's what was causing it to misfire. It's kind of what I told y'all in one of the previous videos. But anyway, our Caterpillar 299 is in the shop getting worked on, and we are very fortunate to be able to use our landowner's 75-2 Kubota to load out and handle the job while the Caterpillar is in the shop. Mr. Terry's been good to us about that, and Mr. Terry, if you're watching, buddy, I sure appreciate you, and I appreciate you letting us use the skid steer. All right, now y'all, I've told you this before, but just to kind of reiterate about loading a log truck, you want to put most of your weight, your heavier weight, down low and also on the driver's side to account for road crown. You know, these roads slope going toward the ditch on the offside, so you want to put a little more weight on the driver's side, and that'll help make it ride better going down the highway. And with these stands on this log truck, they're only 5 foot tall. So we don't get it real top heavy nohow, even if you round it over pretty good. And when I design a truck, I design it to be that way for a reason. That's one reason why we have 2 bunks, so we can haul cut up logs and then also not have a real high load, because if we did have 1 bunk and we had to stack it really high, it would definitely make it top heavy. Now here I'm binding a load down, putting chains and binders on it to secure the load to keep it from coming off. It's a DOT requirement, and also we want to be safe going down the highway. All right, now just a little bit about binder chains and binders and all that good mess. On this load here, just a typical load on Big Red is around 18 tons or 36,000 pounds. And DOT regs specify on a log truck that you have to cover 1/6 of the payload, which is in this case 36,000. So 1/6 of that is about 6,000 pounds, you know, something like that. And these binder chains are rated at 4,300 a piece. And seeing how we're going from the frame over the load and back to the frame, we get 100% of the working load limit on the chain and binder. We've got 4 of them, so 4,300 times 4 is what, 16,000 some odd pounds, almost 17,000. So we're well over what we need to cover this load. Now I do like to get all my chains and binders set on the side of the truck, and then once I get them set and everything, then I'll go up here to the front of the rack on the truck and get my cheater pipe. Y'all can see it standing up there in that little bracket that I made. But anyway, I'll get my chains and binders set, then I'll get my cheater pipe and go back and tighten everything down and wrap my chains up. Then we'll be good to go. Now, every once in a while, this right here will happen. One of the logs up on top will kind of rock back and forth, and it'll get one binder way too tight and whatnot. And sometimes you got to go back and kind of loosen the link on the first one and then tighten the second one up and whatnot. This don't happen very often, but every now and then it does become a problem. All right, now that I got that cheater pipe stored, I'm gonna walk around the load and look at it, and then we're gonna get out of here. All right, we're ready to go. Let's get this load on down to the sawmill. We gotta ease out of here and close these gates right up here because Mr. Terry's got some cows out here, so we don't want to let his cows out. That would be bad. This truck's got a good low gear in it, this 18 speed. It's geared low anyway, it's a 430 rear end. So it's got a good crawling gear. And coming off the deck, it's a little bit uphill. I kind of just want to ease around with this load anyway until we get out here, you know, to the road. Get past these gates and I'll get out and close them. I'll be right back. All right. Get my seatbelt on. I always pray at the first of the trip of the day. Always pray that the good Lord gives me safe traveling mercies and protects not only us but the people around us. Because I tell you, people are crazy these days, Lord. They don't respect these trucks, that's for sure. out there in draft mules. He's got a pair of geldings. Matter of fact, they're for sale too. I can put any of you in contact with him that might be interested in it. Belgian geldings, I think they're like 2 years old, something like that. They're young anyway, put it that way. We needed some more logs to put on this load. This is going to be just a little bit light. But that's all the tie logs I had, so I need to go ahead and get them hauled in anyway. But we're going to be just a little light on this load. It ain't a terrible thing. I try not to go too fast down Mr. Terry's driveway because his daughter's place is right here on our left from coming out, and it kicks up a lot of dust off his gravels and, you know, gets all over their cars and all that good mess. So we try to be good neighbors. I leave my flashers on when I'm coming in a place like this, just so somebody might pay more attention and see me. You would think a big red truck, people can see you, but it's not always the case. So I've made it a habit of just leaving my flashers on when I'm backing up, and also like when I'm coming out on the highway right here. I don't turn my flashers off until I get up above 25 mile an hour. And nobody says you got to do that. It's just a habit I've got. So people are just a little bit more aware that, hey, something's going on. You know, this ain't normal. Right here we got a little hill on this side, so I kind of like to stop and make sure there ain't nothing coming. give it a second or two, about 2 seconds, maybe 3, and let it shift, you know, give it time to do its thing down there in the transmission. If you shift it too fast and try to get back on the throttle too fast, it'll kind of get hung up in no man's land. It won't pull, it'll just be in neutral. You'll have to go back to the previous gear and all that mess. That ain't no good. Old Red will do the same thing if you get him in too big a hurry. I try not to be too quick on the throttle coming in and on and off of it. I try to come off the throttle slow, change my gear, and get back on the throttle slow. Kind of bring things up easy, if that makes any sense. But anyway, overall, yeah, I'm really happy with the truck. It's doing me a good job. It definitely keeps the wood hauled off of the deck, you know, keeps the deck clean. We don't have to worry about the deck getting all cluttered up, that's for sure. I can go in there and clean everything up with this truck in a day. You know, haul 3 or 4 loads and have the whole deck cleaned up. That makes it nice. I can set the cruise just like I did there. You know, going down the road, cruising, pretty nice. I have to be careful on these state roads because I get a heck of a speed ticket. I may run at 65, 70 miles an hour if I ain't careful. So it's easy for me just to set the cruise. You don't have to do much downshifting unless you get on a serious hill. For the most part, you know, no more load than we got on it. This 6NZ C15, it'll pretty well go on. And again, I try to be easy with it. I mean, I'm not out here trying to break any speed records or nothing like that. I just want to take care of my equipment. I found over the years, if you take care of your equipment, it'll take care of you too. Can't believe you own it. head down to Pelham, Tennessee, which is not very far. Not very far down there. And that'll get us to Highway 64, which is 4-lane all the way to the sawmill. be revving it too high, you know, at a certain speed. But with this 18 speed in this truck, you can always find a gear that'll suit you, and it'll suit the motor, you know. It's pretty nice. Like I said, overall, I'm extremely happy with the truck. He may want me to pull over here to the other side. This morning I unloaded right here by the scales. He may want me to unload over here in the tie yard with these ties. I'm not sure. We'll just have to check and see. We go over here and get our weigh ticket and I'll be right back. We're a little bit light. We're about 55,500, something like that. Which is a little light for what I normally do. Normally I try to shoot for 60. Legally, with a normal tandem truck, we're spot on. But we can go a little over with our ag exemption and get us a little bit more. He's going to unload us over here at the tie yard. They keep most of the grade wood back over in here and in the tie mill, because this is a grade mill right over here. This is lumber coming off the grade mill. The tie saws are down this way. They just added this to the operation. Sometime this year, it's back earlier this year. But they got 2 hurdle mills down here going, and are sawing cross ties. So, don't know exactly where he wants me to park, but I'm gonna guess right here where all the trash is, because that's where people have been cleaning off the trucks, look like. But anyway, right down there ahead of us is the 2 hurdle mills for cross ties. And all this wood right in here is crosstie wood. Now, y'all, the sawmills got these cool little old knuckle booms on wheels that they use to stack up their ricks of logs on the log yard. This machine can stack it a lot higher than a typical front end loader type machine can. And over in the tie yard, they use this machine a good bit, unloading double ties and whatnot, because the doubles are 18 foot long. 18 foot 8 inches, and so the knuckle boom just handles that bigger stuff a little bit better, a little easier than front end loaders. But what I wanted to tell you was this guy that's running knuckle boom for me today is actually the guy that scales our logs. And one thing he is doing as he's unloading is he's kind of pre-sorting the logs. He's putting different species together, you know, like hickory, beech, oak, and that sort of thing. And it's going to make his job easier whenever he starts scaling. So I wanted y'all to pay attention as he's unloading and just notice how he's kind of pre-sorting. It's pretty cool on his part. You know, some of the other loader drivers, they might pre-sort a little, but not very much. Whereas with this knuckle boom, he can kind of pick and choose where he wants to set things. It's pretty neat. And it makes his job go quicker as a scaler forester. normally don't eat dinner till after church, so it's normally pretty late whenever we eat. So I'll probably go ahead and get me something for lunch. I don't want nothing real big, but just a little something to kill the hunger. I've been trying not to eat as much. Lord, I love to eat though. I don't enjoy too many things in life, but I like to eat. You can look at me and tell that. Oh man, that's part of my problem though. I need to get some of this off of me. Tea, some potato wedges, and some chicken finger. Although I didn't get the large size, so y'all be proud of me for that. Get everything situated here where I can eat. I am going to head on down the road because we got to get home. But I'm going to have it here to where I can get to it pretty easy. She give me a whole lot more tater wedges than she did chicken finger, which is fine. I can eat what I want to and can the rest of it, you know what I mean? Let's see, let me get my tea covered up. Any of the rest of y'all have to eat on the run? I guess I don't have to. I could stay here and spend a little time and eat. But Marcy called me this morning and said that Savannah's tire was flat on her car. So I need to get home and see if I can figure out what's going on with her car with the tire and get her back going, and then it'll be close to time to go to church. Coming back into Morrison now, my hometown, Morrison, Tennessee. Everybody made it back to the house, thank the Lord. Got her good time. Been wanting to go for a pretty good while. And it worked out this year where I could go, so I'm going to try to go and enjoy myself, have a good time. Pretty serene here at the oak plantation. Looks can be deceiving sometimes though. There's the mules out there in the pastures. They're enjoying their day off. I told y'all before, they get more time off than I do. All they had to do is skid logs. I had to do all the rest of it. Alright. Look, I appreciate you hanging out today, going along with me. Been a pretty good day. Been a nice day, pretty weather, kind of cool. But look, I do appreciate it. Every one of you that's hanging out and going with me, I appreciate that. Appreciate all the lovely comments that y'all always leave on our videos, and being respectful to each other. I appreciate that too. And as always, I'm going to be praying for you, each and every one of you. If you're watching this video and you hear my voice, I'm praying for you. I promise you that. That's really important to me. I'm going to put my email up here on the screen. If any of you need me, holler at me. Be glad to talk to you. And hey, look, if you've enjoyed this video, the ride along and whatnot, and you know, sharing my day hauling logs, hit that like button for me. That'll help me out a lot. And if you like our channel, you know what we're about. You know, horses, mules, logging, gardening, big trucks. You know, fixing stuff, all that good mess. If you like all that kind of stuff, hit that subscribe button. That'll help us out a lot too. But anyway, y'all take care of yourself, and we'll see you next time.